Well, hello, and welcome to Psychic Shenanigans with Mitchell and V. It's just Mitchell tonight. I'll explain a little bit more in just a moment. We are live, and I know many of you are probably at this moment watching this in the replay because there's probably only a couple of you. It just pops up. But say hey if you want. Let me know where you are watching from, and get started in just a moment. There will be readings. There will be shenanigans, solo shenanigans tonight. So I hope you can hear me. Yay. All right, so let me share this on my stories and my other page and some other places. If you're out there and you want to say hello, let me know where you're watching from. So this is Mitchell Osborn. I am in Orlando, Florida. And this is normally me and V, but I'll explain in just a moment. Everything's good, but she is just taking the night off, but I'll explain a little bit more of that shortly as I'm posting to different places right now. So I hope you are doing well. Let me turn volume down. So anybody out there? There's at least 6 of you watching me. I hope you can hear me. I've got my earbuds in. So aloha, Jonathan James Daly. Jonathan James Daly. There's somebody Dooley. I can't remember his name. So, hey Danny, I know you're watching. I can see you. I'm gonna put this up here so I can see quickly. So sometimes, like on my phone, it pops up quicker. Over here, it takes like a second before like your name shows up, and sometimes it doesn't even show up on your as your name. So like right now, none of the names are popping up. That's kind of weird. So welcome. So there will be shenanigans. There will be some readings tonight. So V texted me maybe 2 hours ago and just said her cup was empty. And that's all I needed to hear. And I said, you take care of yourself. I'm going to go live. I'll do some readings. I'll have some fun. Yeah, so oh, let me see. I'm just trying to figure out why it doesn't say your names. So, hey, Lynn. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Angelique. How are you, Angelique? Hope you're adjusting to your new life and your new location. So I'm trying to find the best place for me to put this. So I'm going to be reading with the Pocket of Tears Tarot tonight. I've been doing this, reading with it a little bit more lately, just because I'm absolutely loving it. So, okay, now it seems like nothing's coming up on the over here. So down here, I can see names of things popping up. So that's interesting. So it's all good though. Let me see if there's anything I can do. Oh, somebody said hi there. Who was that? Ann Williams. Hello, Ann. So welcome. How are you all? If you want to let me know where you're watching from. I know Jonathan said from Maui, and it's always fun because let's see, so it's 7 o'clock our time. Is it like 12 or 1 o'clock your time? And Jonathan, I'm trying to remember if Paul Selig is on Maui. I don't think so. I think he might be on a different island. Paul Selig is a channel, a friend of mine, but I know he, hey, Utah, who's from Utah? Anne's from Utah. Paul Selig has written several channeled books. Met him years ago before he was the bomb and big and famous. And he's just an amazing guy. And I know like he was out on his tour because he just goes constantly to like Esalen and other places. And he ended up like getting stuck in Hawaii right before everything closed down the pandemic. And here it is a year later, and he had his little baby girl puppy dog shipped out there. Hey, from England, who's that? Sandy. And he moved because he was living in New York City. So he was literally a New Yorker for life, and now he's in Hawaii. Talk about opposite sides of a coin. Whew. So yeah. So anyway, yeah. So we will be doing some readings, and if you've been hanging out with me anytime, you know a little bit about Santiago and Stefano. Well, they are right here. They are right here beside me. So if they I don't want to move them because they're sitting quietly and they tend to come up all over my stuff. But let me see if I have a picture of them. No, I don't. Um, I think I have. Oh yeah, I can give you a different picture here. So this was, I talked a little bit about them. So this is, there they are. So that's Stefano and Santiago. Stefano is white boots. Santiago is all black. So yeah, so they came into our lives on the spring equinox. Actually, we met them on the 28th of February, but then we had to go on vacation. They weren't old enough to come home, and then we brought them home. So Jonathan said, once you live here for a while, you can't live anywhere else, at least for you. I could live there. My husband and I went there on vacation, the first vacation we ever went on. He had it planned with his ex. I met him in January of 2007. And in April, he already had it planned. So he's like, my ex is not going. Do you want to go with me? And I thought, this is like, in early March. I'm like, oh, sure, what the heck? It'll be fun. He's a nice guy. And it was still the best vacation we ever had. But I remember being there going, I could live here. And he was like, no, I couldn't. The island thing, the island fever kind of thing was a little tough for him. So, yeah, the babies are cute. They've been adjusting very well. If you hashtag Cat Bros, Stefano and Santiago, you can see more stuff. Or on TikTok, my TikTok, you can see more of their stuff there. I'm posting a little bit more of them as they grow. So we've been very fortunate to have them as babies, as little kittens coming into our lives, and they're just sitting quietly on the chair. I think they just had some food, which is a good sign. But Fabian and I are not usually kitten or puppy people. We like to rescue them when they're older and things like that. So just a few more moments, and I'm going to pick some names, and I'm going to do some readings for you. I'm going to pick 8 people like we normally do. So when we get to that point, if you had a reading 2 weeks ago with me and V, then maybe wait just a moment, see if anybody else raises their hand. And if you haven't had one in like over a month, then you can definitely jump in first. Or if you're first timer here tonight, and I'm going to let you ask a question. So I'll talk more about that in just a moment. But I just saw a post on Twitter where someone said, like it was like exclamation point, capital letters, the world is healing. And it was a picture of blue waffles. Like the waffles were blue, one had blueberries on them. So whoever this person was excited that there were blue waffles in the world and that the world was healing because of them. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and let me get some signer-uppers for the reading. So this is how this is going to work tonight. Just a little different than when V and I normally do this. But in just a moment, I'm going to ask you to post something specific. And like I said, if you first time here, jump on this quick. If you haven't had a reading with me or V in over a month, then you can go first. But if you were here last time or the time before, then maybe just wait a little bit to see if anybody else, because there's only like about 9 people watching, 10 people watching. So there's a good chance you'll get one, because I'm going to do 8. So if you would like a reading, to give me permission, all you need to do is type in the word me, M-E, and I'll see your name, and I'm going to put you on the list in order that they come across. So boom, hit enter. Type in me, giving me permission to give you a reading tonight, and then I'll tell you how we're going to do the questions in a little bit. So I'm waiting for those names to pop up, and then we'll do the reading. I'll be honest with you, I doubt we'll be much more than 40, 45 minutes tonight. So Jonathan is number 1. All right, Jonathan is number 1. Anne is number 2. Natasha is 3. Sandy is 4. I got 4 more. Jonathan, Anne, Natasha, Sandy. So it also helps my volume using my earbuds. I tried them before, and V and I had a little bit of a challenge with that. But I think they're probably okay. So 4 more people. All you got to do is type in the word me, M-E. So if you had a reading last week, someone's dragging their feet, go ahead and say, hit me up with the me, and I'll give you a reading. So, okay, thank you, Natasha. Good volume. I love your name, Natasha Cookie Weaver. And I have to ask, is that like a given name? I love it. Thank you, Jonathan. All right, there's another me. Who was that? Susan. Susan, you are number 5. Lewis, thank you, Lewis. I've got 3 more spots. 3 more spots. Hey, Nicola from the UK. I hope I'm saying it right. Okay, Nicola or Nicola. I'm going to go Nicola. I think it's probably Nicola. If it's Nicola, put a thumbs up. If it's Nicola, put a smiley face. Hey, Chantal. Hey, you. So Cookie is a nickname a coworker gave me because I baked cookies in my pastime. I love it. All right, Chantal, you're number 7. I got room for 1 more. Now, who's going to be number 8? Who's going to be number 8? I'm going to let you ask a question tonight. I'm very thirsty tonight. I'm trying to remember if I drank a lot of water today. I'm not sure. And I've got dual lighting. Can you tell my lighting's a little bit better? Because I'm trying to create a better experience for when I'm doing my Lenormand readings, because when I do the Lenormand readings, I'm using the board. I'm doing a video of the board, me reading the tiles from Jamie Sawyer. So yeah, and the tiles are tiny little tiles that fit on the board. Oh, that's the mice. I love it. So luminous, yes. Oh, all right. So who's my number 8? Nobody wants to be number 8? Dun, dun, dun. If no one picks number 8, I'm going to give a reading for the cats. For Stefano, and I was saying Stefano for that longest time. And then we're driving to one of our favorite burger places called the Hangry Bison. And we're driving there, and I go, Fabian, I think the Italian guy that always waits on us, I think his name is Stefano. So we get there, and I'm like, what's your name? He goes, Stefano. And JV goes, Stefano, see? I said, you don't pronounce it Stefano? He goes, no, that's what you Americans do. So I was like, okay, Stefano and Santiago. Chantal, do you keep getting booted off? Because on my phone, it keeps going, Chantal is watching. Chantal is watching. Chantal is watching. So, all right. So I'm going to take it as a sign from the ethers that there is not a number 8, unless you post real quick. All you got to do is say me. Oh, who said 8 for your husband? Okay, 8 for your, and can I have his first name? If not, it's okay. I can just say husband. And you'll just have to relay the message, or if he's there listening, that's cool. Either his first name, if not, just say husband, and I'll just use the word husband. I like the names because I can tap into the energy of the name too. That's another thing. All right, Richard. All right, so here's how this works if you're new by chance. So I've got 8 people already. I'm going to let them ask questions. Now, if you did not get on my 1 through 8, then you can piggyback on someone's message. Now, because we're asking questions, you can, in your mind, formulate your own question and just see how I answer it. Try not to worry about their question, but just see how I answer it and see how it lines up. It always is really beautiful. So here's what we're going to do. So Jonathan, you need to get your question ready, but don't hit enter yet. So once I tell you you're on deck, like I'm on number 1 and number 2, you're on deck, and number 3, get ready. Have your question typed in the chat box, but don't hit enter. So when it's your turn, you can just hit enter and boom, it comes up, and I'll bring the question up on the screen. I think I can do that, yes. So Jonathan, go ahead and hit enter and send me your question. And if your question is like, try not to do yes or no questions. If you got like, am I going to find someone to fall in love with? More like, what do I need to do to bring love in my life? And if you say it the other way, I will probably ask permission to change it just a little bit. But yeah, if you ask yes or no questions, I'll read it for you. But I would rather know the answer you want, and then we ask Tara how to get there. That's the beautiful part. So Jonathan, what's your question? And get yours on backup, ready to go. Excuse me. All right, general reading for the next few weeks. So, oh, that's so weird. It's in, so you can't see it. It's in overlay, but it's in black ink. So edit, So let me go white, boom, dun, dun, dun. Look at that. Okay. So for Jonathan, general reading for the next few weeks. So hey, Cecilia, welcome, welcome. So let me shuffle these cards and I'm going to get better. So general reading for Jonathan for the next couple weeks, next few weeks. So shuffling the Pocket of Tears Tarot. And I'm going to pull probably 2 cards tonight just to get a little depth here. So, all right. So one for Jonathan, first card. You can't make this up. So that is me. That is me and Bartolomeo. And if you don't know the story about Bart, Bart passed away suddenly on February the 9th, but we were immortalized in the card. So Jonathan, over the next couple of weeks, really look inward. This is 8 of Cups. So do a little soul searching. Also, see how Bart's about to tip that cup over. Don't be afraid to tip a cup over. Don't be afraid to shift things up a little bit once you are done with your soul searching. And the second card for the next couple of weeks, this is 6 of Swords. So this could be your soul searching may get you moving on to something better. Your soul searching may finally get you moving on to something better, because the 6 of Swords is often about leaving things behind and moving on to something better. So love this combination of cards. So I won't say it's a definite that you're going to be moving on, but I really feel like in your soul searching, the tipping of the cup could be pouring out some things that are no longer serving you, which really could be that 6 of Swords kind of energy coming at you. So if anybody piggybacked on number 1 with Jonathan, let me know how that resonates. Jonathan, if that resonates with you, of course, you asked about the next couple of weeks, so maybe you'll have to give us some feedback later. So Jonathan, you said you backed the Kickstarter for Pocket of Tears. Oh, good. It went so quick. I think she's already at 200%. Yes, Linda, it is a beautiful card. Hey, Barrett, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's the Mitchell Osborn Shenanigans tonight. I'm solo. So I think I missed somebody else saying hello. Who else said hey? Polo! What's up, Polo? So let's see, Cecilia, what are some of the things, activities that I can engage in order to number 1 channel? So Cecilia, I've already got all my 8 people for readings, so I'm not doing random readings. I've already chosen the list. But Cecilia, what you can do is with that question, you can piggyback on someone's cards and allow it to apply to that question just kind of internally on your own. So Jonathan, thank you for that. Anybody else who chose number 1? And go ahead and pose your question for me because you are number 2. And anybody else? Yes, Cecilia, in 2 weeks, come back and then get here right on time. And then you can get one of the questions because we always let the first timers go first. So yay. So piggyback on either 2 through 8 because I love when the magic happens. So Anne says, how can I find love in my life? So Anne and Spirit show me to pull 3 cards. And it's almost like the first card is you, the second card is that love of your life, and the middle, or the third card is that love of your life, and the middle card is like what you can do to bring the 2 together. So let's work from that aspect. Oh, the cards don't want to shuffle. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. All right, so Anne, your card. So what is your card? 4 of Cups. Ooh, all right. I almost want to say you need to reach up and take it. You need to get off your butt. You need to get online, go out, do whatever you can within the realms of your safety and comfort zone right now in the middle of this kind of still pandemic. And then I'm going to go to the third card. For them, that love of your life, 10 of Swords, they're still healing. I really feel like they're still healing, whoever they are. And I love this. The reason I'm going with still healing because of the acupuncture component of this, even though the 10 of Swords is oftentimes a lot of pain, can be self-inflicted pain. Now, the card that I feel like is the most important is the middle one. So this is like what you can do to draw these 2 together. The Chariot, once again, movement, protect yourself, heal yourself. Chariot has a lot of Cancer from the zodiac sign, and this card is literally about movement. It's very watery, it's very protective. So I really feel like, and I love that we started off with the 4 of Cups, because 4 of Cups is also Cancer from the zodiac. So it's like you need to move. So again, this is where you are. You're not ready to move forward yet. And this card is saying you need to move forward. And the one out there is in healing mode. So there's definitely some healing mode going on. So that was for Anne, number 2. Let me know if that resonated with you and anybody else who may have chose number 2. If it resonated with you as well, you can also let me know. Barrett said he backs the pocket appearance as well. So, and I got, my goodness, hold on a second. So, like my Safari just blew up on top of everything. So I had to get rid of it. So I backed the limited edition black tiles. So everybody who made it onto a card, they got their individual tile. You can see it's kind of acrylic, but this is an actual deck. There were only 22 of them that are going to be made. They were not cheap, but I believe worth every penny. So yeah, it's really, really powerful. So Anne, I assume that made a little bit of sense for you. You don't have to share if you don't want to, but hopefully that did make some sense for you. So Natasha, if you have your question ready, go ahead and drop it in the chat box. This is number 3, so you can jump on with and piggyback with number 3 if you'd like. And all you do is just keep in mind my words that I'm saying for whatever this is. You just kind of work with yourself. So Natasha, how do I step into the leadership role I know I'm meant for? So Spirit showed me 2 cards, and it's so funny. I'm not an even card person. So when Spirit shows me 2 cards, I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Like if you ever get a message from me and I give you like hearts, I'll do 3 hearts or 5 hearts. I won't do 2 or 4 or 6. It's always odd numbers. When it comes to cards, I like 3, 5, 7, 9. I will do even, but when Spirit tells me, I do it. So for Anne, no, so for Natasha, how do I step into the leadership role I know I'm meant for? And 2 cards. So Natasha, how do you step into that leadership role? Whoo, could it be any more clear? Strength, number 8. First of all, 8 is all about success, material wealth. You know, it's just beautiful, powerful, positive number. The strength card is literally, first of all, it's Leo, which is a masculine zodiac sign, but it's number 8, which is feminine. It's actually double 4, it's double feminine. So, you know, I love this, and cats are typically thought of as feminine energy. But I love this as the dynamic find your balance. And if you turn the 8 on the side, it's that infinity lemniscate. So I really feel like there usually is, there it is. I knew it was in there somewhere. There's the lemniscate of the infinity sign. So really step into your strength, own it. And the second card, let's see what Spirit says. Maybe they'll tell us a little bit better how to own it and do that. 2 of Pentacles. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And oh my gosh, look what's right in the middle. That infinity sign again. I love it. And this is this person just staring at this baby's face. This is also in juggling things. So become a little bit of a master of juggling the earthy things of the world, the physical stuff. And I want you to go look up Celtic weave, CELTIC, weave, like, and maybe put in words like healing or energy. In other words, if I ever have like a little fever blister popping up, I put my fingers like this and I do like the figure 8, and it's a Celtic weave. It breaks up the energy. So I feel like because 2 cards came up with the figure 8, the lemniscate is another name for it, the infinity sign or the Celtic weave. So I feel like, Natasha, go look that up and do a little research and see how you can apply that to your life. And it also could be that you're asking, how can I step into this leadership role? And with that infinity sign, it's like you are a leader, you have been a leader, you will be a leader. It's like there is nothing, around that. So Barrett just put a YouTube channel. I'm not sure why. Barrett, explain, just so we know better what that's there for. I don't know. It doesn't show up. I can't see in the chat. It doesn't show up. So you'll have to do your research and let her know, Barrett. So rather than just popping a link up, make sure that's what it is. But Celtic weave is like I said, it's an energetic kind of a movement. In Tai Chi, I believe they do it. But again, it's like that figure 8. So like if your shoulder hurts, your knee hurts, or you got a scar that you want to heal, do that Celtic weave and it kind of breaks up the energy. Yes. All right. So, so I don't know if that's it, Barrett. I can't look at it. It doesn't show up. So they'll have to look at it on their own. So Hopefully it's a trusted link and nothing crazy. So Natasha, I hope that resonated with you. Anybody else who chose number 3, I hope that resonates. And that whole Celtic weave, that's a pretty powerful message. And getting 2 lemniscate, 2 figure 8, 2 infinity signs in one reading was kind of cool as well. All right, so moving on to Sandy, number 4s. So if you are number 4, or you chose 4 to piggyback, this is for you. Sandy, go ahead and hit enter. I have to breathe, people. I forget I'm talking all by myself. My voice often gets a little deeper when I talk by myself like this. Cool, Natasha Cookie Weaver. Maybe bake some lemniscate cookies, some Celtic weave cookies in a figure 8. All right, Sandy, are you still out there? There we go, Sandy. All right, when will I meet my lifelong partner? All right, Sandy, I'm going to pull 1 card for timing, and then I'm going to ask Spirit to reframe the question for us. So when will I meet my lifelong partner? Because timing is often tricky with cards. So let me pull this. So when? So Ace of Cups. Cups are typically months, so 1 month. But I like this card coming up as well because it's almost like when you're ready and your heart is ready, it will happen. That's what I feel like it will be. So, hey, Donna Marie. So let me pull a second card for you, Sandy, to kind of like say, what's the best way that you can bring in this lifelong partner? Turn the light on. Do you see that? So it's an automatic one. So what's the best way you can, turn the light on in your heart and bring, because this is literally, truly about new love. Ace of Cups is all about new love. So when, how, who can you do, what can we do with this? Wheel of Fortune. And this is a number 10. This is also a number 1, a start, a beginning. But this card is about expansion. So, and growth and movement. So first of all, I would say definitely put some movement in there, but also with the Ace of Hearts, expand your capacity to love. Expand the capacity to love and the willingness to get hurt. I know that's a tough one, but I'll never forget years ago, I always said, no matter how painful this is trying to find love in my life, as I'm still growing and learning and healing and maturing, I'll never stop, as painful as it is. Same thing I say with these beautiful animals in my life. As painful as it is to say goodbye to them, I will do it again tomorrow to have the joy and the love that I've had there. So Sandy and anybody else who chose number 4, definitely be willing to start a new love. Be willing to open up your heart capacity for love, and especially for yourself. And for everybody watching, if you can't look yourself in the mirror and think, man, you are gorgeous and beautiful and dateable and lovable and deserving, and enough. If you can't, then you need to start with the mirror and yourself. Because to quote the immortal RuPaul, how the hell can you expect anybody else to love you if you don't love yourself? And that's a tough one for a lot of us. So Donna Marie, I've already chosen the 8 people that I'm doing readings for. Donna Marie, what you can do is piggyback on one of the card readings. So we just did number 4. So I've got 5, 6, 7, 8 left, and you can piggyback on one of those and see how that resonates with you. So, all right, so moving on, Sandy, you are welcome. Susan, if you're out there, post your question. And then Nicola, get ready for yours, but don't post it yet. Whew, my throat is tired. All right, is that Susan? Margorgeous, hello. You are enough. We all are enough. We just have to remember and realize that. And I was that kid who, my older brother, he was kind of verbally abusive and called me ugly names and stuff because I was a fat kid. But then when he stopped, I kept calling myself those names, and I had to learn how to, let go of that and move on from that. So, all right, Susan, okay, I think I'm loving your question. So what does my spirit guides want me to know right now? Ooh, okay, I got to tell you, a card flew out. I've got to take it. It's the star card. Remain and stay hopeful. Continue to focus on the stars. Continue to focus on hope. The card that came right before this is Tower. Tower is complete shift and change and movement. The star card is that first glimmer of hope, first glimmer of light. So stay hopeful. And what else do they have to say to you? Seven of coins, water, and attend to your garden. And then pick it, pick the fruit. Oftentimes the Seven of Pentacles is about you've got an abundant garden, but you haven't got up off your butt to go pick the fruit. You got to do the work. It doesn't just fall in the basket. So this has to do with, I think, like the potato famine and stuff like that back in Ireland, something unusual or weird like that. Like there was enough, but they weren't giving them to people. So there is abundance around you. So stay hopeful, tend to your garden, and pick the fruit. Now that garden and hopeful can go over all parameters of your life, not just, like money or resources. It can be friends and stuff like that as well. So that was for Susan and anybody else who chose number 5. Hey, Louis, yes. So MJ, hey, how are you? The kitties are great. They're literally right here. So this is one of the first live events where I've left. You see, I left the door open right there in the background, and they came in. Santiago would climb up on the chair and do what Bart used to do, but then he started getting on my desk. So I kind of put him over in the chair, and then Stefano got in the chair. So they're literally they're often tight at the hip. They sleep together, play together. These brothers are just so connected, but they're in the chair that my Bart used to be in all the time. So it was really quite amazing. And, the first card tonight was me and Bart. The very first card I pulled was Bart and I. So they are wonderful, all getting along with Sebastian too. So Susan, I hope that resonated with you. And Nicola, go ahead and post your question. Yay, MJ. Yes, Jamie is back in O-Town. I've not seen where yet. We had a little brief conversation the other day, just checking in on some animal stuff for her, but she is back in town. So Nicola, okay, I think that's Nicola. All right, so Nicola, you said, how can I ease my workload to make it more profitable? Spirit just said, raise your prices. But that's just my logical business side, but Spirit was yelling it in my head. So let's go with that. How can, Nicola, ease your workload to make it more profitable? So let's work with that. Okay, Susan, you said that definitely resonates. Okay, so Nicola, I'm told to pull 3 cards. So let's look into how you can ease your workload to be more profitable. All right, so first of all, son, believe you deserve the money. Believe that you are worthy. I have had to work through financial abundance and belief. I grew up in a family that, we robbed Peter to pay Paul. We'd have good times, bad times. It just was never stable. 2020 was, in my psychic intuitive world, my best year yet. I still have my corporate day job as a fitness professional, but last year was the best year yet. And it's so consistent. And I know it's because I healed some of that disbelief that I'm worthy of this stuff coming through. Another thing that Spirit told me to do years ago was, rather than focus on how much money I want to make each month, focus on how many people I want to touch, communicate with, help heal, guide. In other words, put it on and that helped me because I can believe in my help with people more than I can believe that I received their money. So that really helped me, where now it's all energy and it just flows very naturally. So card number 2, about how you can ease your workload to make it more profitable. Magician, believe that you have everything that you need. Look at that, everything on the wall, everything is there. All right, so 2 major arcanas. Are you seeing this, Nicola? 2 major arcana, 19, which is Sun, and that is a 10, and that is a 1. Magician, that is a 1. Let's see what the third card is. Spirit told me to pull 3 cards. Hermit, which is a number 9. And this is also about getting introspective, turning inward, knowing your true worth, your true self. This is Virgo energy. So I really feel like it's be positive, believe you're worth it, understand you have everything you need, you are not in want for anything. And that also means the knowledge, the skills, the ability, not just the things around you, the material things. But then, turn inward and see what really is important to you, because this may be where you fine tune. If you're trying to sell 10 different, service lines and you need to just drop it down to 5 or 3, sometimes it's hard to let go of those things. Like for me, I've let go of kind of the hypnotherapy stuff, brought it into mindfulness. So it's like tarot, animal, mindfulness, focus that. That was another thing that helped me fine tune where I wanted to go. So there you go, Nicola, and anybody else who chose number 6. Hello, Claire from Ireland. I've got a lot of Irish in my blood somewhere. My beard was red, my eyes were green growing up. They turned a little more blue, and I was very freckled. The last names were Osborn and Moore, so it's very kind of British. But I know a lot of Irish from me back there. So Nicola, I hope that made sense. Anybody else who chose number 6, I hope that helped. Chantal, go ahead and post your question. So Nicola, I hope it made some sense for you. I hope it made some sense. And maybe take a screenshot of those cards that I gave you, or find them online and maybe print them out or put them in your phone and remind yourself each day to look over them, or maybe put them like as a sticker on, and you can pull any cards. You can pull, different cards too. So, all right. So Chantal also want to know, okay, did you put something more? So Chantal, you said also want to know, okay, you're just echoing somebody else. So you want to know what your guides have for you today. I love it. All right, so for Chantal. Yes, Sonia, I did have a wonderful Easter, got to spend it with my family, so that was nice. So Chantal, what do your guides want you to know? Ooh, I think a kitty just fell off. Hi, Stefano just walked away. So you might see him walking out the door right over there. All right, so for Chantal, and Chantal, the kitties are moving while you're here. I think 2 cards for you, Chantal. All right, let's see. Sun card, once again, stay positive about where you're headed, Chantal. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Pulling right off the top. The Hermit, I shuffled these. So I love this. So 2 major arcana for you, Chantal. So stay positive about it. Continue moving forward. But also, this is different than the last one. Embrace the work that you have to do where you're kind of alone and by yourself. So I don't know if you do, because I know you're doing animal communication stuff as well, but I don't know if there's other work that you're talking about or that there's out there for you, but embrace any work that you have to do kind of like by yourself, quiet, introspective, if you will, and really embrace it. I had to put the cards in order. So it's almost like these 2 cards are opposite, because it's literally sun and moon is almost what it's like, or, day and night. So embrace the opposites and be willing to, kind of work through that. And again, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Jonathan, thank you so much. Thanks for joining. 2 weeks we'll be back. So Claire, I already have the 8 people that I'm reading. I make a list at the beginning. And Claire, what you can do is you can piggyback on someone's reading. I only have 1 reading left, which is number 8 coming up. So if you want to piggyback on that. So Claire, lovely to connect with you as well. So, all right. So Chantal, let me know if that makes some sense. And then Chantal, go ahead and post Richard's question, and we'll do that. And I'm shuffling the cards. So for number, is that Richard? Okay, yes. So for Richard, where is work taking them? All right. So I'm really going to shuffle the cards. That way, because my logical mind's like, you didn't shuffle enough. But Spirit's like, I brought the cards up that you needed to read. So shut up, Mitchell. So, all right. So where is work taking you? I'm being shown 3 cards. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for Richard, and where is work taking them? All right. Card number 1, where is work taking them? Ooh, all right. To a fruitful, abundant place, but you got to be willing to do the work. Not saying Richard is lazy, but what I am saying is, you might have to, this is from Spirit, you might have to pivot, flex a little bit, and do things a little differently, which might require literally like more physical movement than normal. If you're used to being like at a computer, desk job on the phone, you might have to be more mobile or out there or do something different. I don't feel a change of job or company, but I might feel a change of duties and responsibilities, that's for sure. So 2nd card of where work is taking, 2 of Wands, and this is about decision making. So there could be some decisions that you need to make. So you might be getting, you might get offered something within the same company. You need to make a decision about that. So again, don't be afraid to take something that might have you moving more, physically moving. And I say that because I almost feel like you might kind of balk at the idea first, and then you're like, man, this really feels good. It's like you're just getting your energy flowing. And Richard, if you're a water sign, and then this could be one reason why I'm feeling a little bit of this, because it's like water signs, oof, we like to move. We like to keep moving. And then final card for where is work taking you, Queen of Cups. This is Cancer from the zodiac sign. We had a lot of Cancer energy show up tonight. So this could be water sign here. But this is also be very protective. And if you're moving into a managerial position, that's a good sign as well. Or maybe you're moving from where you might have been like director, where you weren't managing so much, but now you might be back to where you're managing, or you got more direct reports or something. So there's definitely something where it's like get moving, be willing to make some choices, and that may shift you and change you just a little bit. But it all feels really good, and it feels balanced because Pentacles, Wands, and Cups. So it's 3 cards, all different. So it's a nice balanced kind of read there. So I hope that made some sense for Richard and anybody else who chose number 8. So let me know. That was my final reading, and hope you guys enjoyed that. So if you are new tonight, normally my buddy V is here with me, but she texted me about 2 hours ago and said her cup is empty. She needs to just take care of herself. So I said, no problem. I'll go solo. I'll have some fun, do some readings. So Chantel, 7 and 8 resonate. Wonderful, beautiful. So anyway, if you have any other final questions just about what's kind of going on, not questions to do readings, but just like anything other happening, I'm gonna put. So I'm putting my my Venmo. If you want to support the free stuff that I do all over the internet, be born happy, but you don't have to. Just trust your gut if you feel led to do it. If you want to support, but you don't want to make it financial, then just share this, share our stuff, share it around, post, like, comment, all that stuff really can make a huge difference. That's one of the best ways you can support anybody. I'm trying to type. Okay, so there's my PayPal, there's my Venmo. Let's see, if you want to book a session with me, we do virtual. There you go. And I have over 50 spreads online. And if you want to purchase a spread, I put the spread link there as well. And the way the spreads work is you pick the spread you want, you pay for it, and then within 1 to 3 days, usually it depends on when you buy it. Like if you bought today, then it might take me till Wednesday to get it. But sometimes if you buy it Saturday morning or Sunday morning, I'll get it to you in a couple hours. Because like I said, I have my corporate job, so I just end clients during the night. But then I deliver it back to you in an unlisted YouTube video so you can watch it as much as you want. So Anne, thank you for hanging out. And who else was that said thank you for the positive messages? So Nicola, you're welcome. So it's interesting. Maybe if you're not friends with me, it doesn't show your name, because like Anne, it shows me your name, but Nicola, it doesn't. I have to look down on my phone. So interesting. Or maybe it's just the new glitch or something like that. So once again, thanks for hanging out, everybody. And you can find me all over social media. Cecilia, thank you. Hope you get a reading next time. And V should be with me. And she and I usually do one card readings for everybody. That'll be 2 weeks on the 19th. But if you look at my events, you'll see the calendar. I've already got it there. You can click on it, add it to your calendar so you don't miss it. Or if you click on it and say you're going, then I usually like 1 or 2 days before, I'll say, hey, don't forget. All right. Thank you. Namaste. Have an amazing day, night, week, wherever you are. And if you can rewatch this in the archives, I'm also sending it over to YouTube as well. All right. Bye, you guys.